Hey guys, it's Buddha Gem, and we're going to talk about farts. That's right, farts. F-A-R-T-S. So, not the stinky ones, although farts are pretty stinky, even the ones I'm about to talk about. FARTS stands for false artificial scarcity. And it's the world we live in right now. We all know it at some level, right? And I know you think I'm going to talk about file sharing. We just had LimeWare go down. The stuff with Pirate Bay. It's kiddie stuff. Kiddie stuff. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Think about the world we live in. That's what I want to talk about today. Better place to start than dead babies and porn, right? Hope I didn't lose too many of there. Dead babies and porn. So let's start out with porn. Okay, I give you a budget of, let's say 0, and I say, how much porn can you get me? All of it? Yeah, probably, right? I mean, these computers just pump it out, pump it out, pump it out. I mean, at this point, we probably have more porn than we have air, right? Which leads me to the dead babies. Well, not directly, but, well, just hold on. Just hold on. We're going somewhere with this, I promise. For the last few decades, thousands of babies have died from contaminated formula due to poor sanitation in third world countries. And you might ask yourselves, why would mothers feed their babies contaminated formula when their bodies make the most amazing stuff on earth for babies for free? I'll tell you why. Because a company called Nestle made lots and lots and lots of advertisements telling them it was good for them, that it was the best thing they could do, and they bought it hook, line, and sinker. So now think about how many people you know like me who live in teeny tiny little places. Maybe it's a trailer, maybe it's a tiny apartment like I live in. I forget what it's, maybe my apartment's 500 square feet. I'd have to do the math again, but it's tiny. How many people do you know that live like that who aren't looking for the 2-story home with a swimming pool and a picket fence? Because with a $300 netbook and $20 subscription to the internet, you can surf the net, have your entertainment, keep in contact with friends. Hell, some of us even work from home. Post-scarcity. But we live in a world ruled by farts. Now, a lot of this discussion gets caught up with, the video games or the music. We just had the LimeWire thing go down. But that's like small potatoes. Small potatoes. It's like if you've ever had a house cat, that gets out and lived in the house its whole life and runs out the front door. I had a cat that would do this when I was a kid. It would run out the front door full blast and just fall over at the immensity of the space it was in. And that's kind of what we're dealing with now. And most of us, I don't think, get how big this is. And those of you familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, hell, everything from the second level on up, most of us can get digitally or from a cost that approaches 0. I mean, post-scarcity. But we live in this world of farts. And as good as it all sounds, and it does sound very utopian, all of these things that are post-scarcity, which I'll talk about in a minute, don't forget about the baby formula. Don't forget about the baby formula. So we'll start with libraries. For about 500 years now, libraries have been lending out books for free. And publishers have been making money off this. They often sell numerous copies depending on the popularity of a book. And books wear out. So the library has to buy new books. But then we went and developed an indestructible book that can be read billions of times and never degrade, never go away. So what did they do? They had to make the electronic books destroy themselves. They had to manufacture that in. So after a year, when libraries buy books now, the electronic books, they will die in a year. They will delete themselves. That's a fart. That is forced artificial scarcity. Now, libraries have a huge problem with this because they're spending all this money on books and they're buying books that they don't really need to buy. And they're just letting them out for free. It's not like they're making any money off of them. Farts. So you might be asking yourself, why can't the library just buy as many digital copies as they want, keep them forever, and let the people just read them whenever they want? But wait a minute. Why not just buy one copy and then copy and paste it anytime someone needs it, right? Wait, why do we need the library at all? Why we could just buy it from the publisher and then lend it to all our friends, copy and paste it to our friends if they wanted it, right? But wait a minute, why do we need the publisher if there's no publishing being done? There's no printing or binding. We could just buy it directly from the author and then copy and paste it to our friends as needed. Wait a minute. Why would we buy it at all? Once the author makes it available, we could all just copy and paste it for free forever and ever and ever. Think about what just vanished right there. Skyscrapers full of publishing house employees, warehouses full of books, bookstores, libraries, factories full of printing presses and paper mills, and all of the stuff that the author bought with the money that he made from writing. Poof, gone. Now, some of you will remember that Sony developed this futuristic world called PlayStation Home. And one of the first things reviewers talked about was that these farts were implemented into this world. Here you had a virtual world, so you go to a virtual bowling alley where these are just on computers. The bowling alley could have an infinite number of bowling lanes, and yet these people found themselves waiting to bowl at a virtual bowling alley. Farts. They'd go into the arcade and have to wait in line to get on the arcade game they wanted to play. Farts. 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 That's the world they want you to have. Even in the virtual world, where we are post-scarcity, they want you to think there's scarcity. They're farting all over us. In fact, a huge portion of the economy now runs on farts. But I know you. Yeah, you're too suave for that. You wouldn't pay for... Why would you pay for goods that are readily available for free? I mean, that'd be like, I don't know, like making a woman pay exorbitant amounts of money for something that her body produces for free. That's just crazy. Or is it? How savvy are we? Think about it. Bottled water is a huge commodity. What happened? Coke and Pepsi looked at cola sales were getting flat, and they started marketing tap water. They took tap water, put it in a bottle, and raised the price by 20,000%. And we all bought it. Oh, it must be safer, it must be better, it must be good for us. No, they just got it out of the tap like we got it. They just put a bottle on it and a fancy label, and we said, oh, all right, sign me up for that. Now, I know people who, they won't dare touch tap water. Or how many of us buy the name brand drug like an Excedrin or an Advil, even though the generic version is identical right down to the molecule and costs a fraction of the cost? Why do we do that? Because the corporations tell us to, and we, yes sir, yes sir. They've been training us like seals for a long time to pay for nothing, and we're going along with it. Don't let your future be ran by farts. Stand up, organize, educate, agitate. Get involved. We can change this. We have the potential to make this a better world. Let's do it.